Boom. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the February 10th. We're a third of the way through the month, aren't we? Woo, wow. February 10th, Friday, February 10th. Your first time here, welcome. Morning mindset. What do? Hey, we set some goals. We talk about some stuff. We help each other out. That's what we do. What do I need when you get here? I need your 5 things that you're going to do today. We'll talk about that. I need to know where you're at. I need to know what's in your cup and how the weather is. Now, it's 43 degrees here, mostly cloudy, but it is sunny right now. So why do they say mostly cloudy? Can't they say partly sunny? Wouldn't that make you feel better? It's partly sunny out instead of mostly cloudy. Don't give me the gloom and gloom. Give me the sunny sun. We're back on our monster kick. It's been like 4 or 5 days since I had one of those. So bottoms up to that. And then you got to tell me how the mic is. So my 5 things. Got to go through emails. I've seen stuff come in. What I've learned is to not address things while I am not at my desk. Because what would happen is I'd open up an email, I would start to go through it, and then if I don't click that button, to keep it as unread, I'd forget it by the time that we would get back for it. So if you sent me an email this week, we're going through those this morning. We will get back to you. I know there's a couple of you that I saw with stuff in there. I totally effed up on some orders. I mean, things just happen sometimes. One, I looked at it this morning. It was because they just didn't send the file. They're like, I'm missing one. I'm like, these are the files I have. Like, oh crap, I didn't send you the file. So that's an easy one. Another one, sometimes we just have, art lost in translation. Brian, we got to figure out how that happened because I need to know how that happened. But we'll get those reprinted and out to you, sir. So yeah, we're going through order. So our stuff is for our 5 things. I've got to go through emails. So there's one. I've got to sort orders. So there's different orders, different time frames, make sure everything's going to that. I know we got some reprints to do, so I'm getting those fired up this morning. Got to update our website because we had some changes that were made on it, and then get those orders shipped out. So those are my top 5 things to do today. We are going to be in and on it. And now, if you didn't know, the last 4 days. When did we leave? Monday, yeah, Monday it was. I think it was. I don't know. We've been in Vegas. We were going to talk about that on Tuesday's edition of Tuesday with Todd. Why, you ask? Because it was kind of mind-opening on some things, because being from the apparel decoration side of it and not knowing much about the award sides of things. I mean, I know enough to get myself in trouble, but I didn't know enough to feel confident in some of the things that we did. And with that, I learned a lot. So there was a lot of great information that we're going to talk about that on Tuesday. We're also going to there's currently no new equipment coming, but we are going to we're going to go look at some equipment. So we're going to see how that all plays out. And so we'll talk about the beauties of trade shows, the downfalls to trade shows, the back and forth there. We're also going to talk about the APA and is it right for you to join. For me, we don't do a whole lot of it, but I always look at education, and they really have a lot of that. So that's why we had joined to become a member there. So we'll talk about that and then hopefully answer any of your questions. Maybe it says no. It says it's 25 and sunny now. I just looked again. It said it was 40. It said temps rising to 41. I just happened to look. Thanks, Corey. Thanks for Corey that it says there. Sorry about that. So Renee was my travel buddy. Good morning. Woke up and thought it was Monday, 28 degrees in sunny Chicagoland with water in the cup. Yeah, I woke up this morning. I was like, I'm going to sleep in because, back in the comfort of your own bed. No, I didn't. Did not happen. Did not sleep in. Part of me thought I should have just stayed another day and just did the whole Super Bowl thing. And then I realized I've got a lot of stuff to get done. And especially when I seen some of the emails, I'm like, I need to go back to get some stuff taken care of. So we'll get those stuff figured out. What's up, Chuck? Good morning to you. Barb, good morning, everyone. From North Central Minnesota, 4 degrees and water in the cup. George, good morning. We'll see when you get here. I got some stuff for you to look at. You're going to see why I did it. Brian, welcome back. 33 degrees Mountain Dew installs marketing to elementary schools. Love that. Jose, good morning to you. Tiffany, good morning. I am going to kill this name. Miss Porter, good morning to you as well. How's that? Barb, 5 things. She's got her quotes, she's got DTF, she's got invoicing, she's got packaging, orders, and she's got customer pickups. Love that. Brian's partly cloudy, partly sunny are the same thing according to NWS. The weather forecasters get to decide. So just say partly sunny, right? Don't say mostly cloudy, say partly sunny. I would be positive outlook on it. It definitely didn't feel like 40 walking out to the hot tub. I bet Cecilia, I would have never, ever, no way I would have, with Corey's help, I would have, but I didn't get it. So Cecilia, thanks for joining us this morning. So this week, it was a good time. They said we'll go real in depth on Tuesday, the different classes that we attended, the things that we saw. The things that I look at trade shows, right, is that we knew this was a smaller show. We could just see that on the map that it is just smaller. And from my understanding, that's just the way it's always been, that it is a smaller show, which was fine. It gave us a lot of time to actually get in there and talk with vendors and that. So we made some new friends. We had a lot of good education on it. And when it comes to trade shows, that's one of the things that I look at is not so much how big the floor is, how many vendors are there, things like that. I want to look at the education, because that's where it's at. That's where the important part of trade shows are. Because think about it, new equipment wise, you can go to any vendor site and you can see all the equipment, right? You can ask other people, things in there. When it comes to like the real, what can help grow my business and help make me a better business owner, it's in the education. So a couple of the classes that we went to, I took something away from every class. While some of the knowledge, maybe, I'd already known or had, I still needed a refresher in it. I still wanted to see how somebody else presented information. I wanted to see how somebody else, interacted with that. And so I wanted to just get, I'm always there. So, information was great across the board. I don't think I heard anybody complain about too many classes. There was one that I talked to multiple people and they weren't too fond of, but everything else, it seems like people had a really great time with the education for. So then after education, it becomes networking, which was great because at this show, there was people that, I've known or followed online for years that I haven't, that we have a connection through this, but never had that, real life in-person meeting. And so we were able to accomplish that. And then we made plenty of new friends. And it was a great time. Vegas is expensive. I did notice that when I was kind of going back through and looking to see what I spent. And Vegas is fun. So it was a really good experience. I learned a lot. I took a lot away. I've got samples of stuff. I've got calls to get set up, and we're already planning the next thing on it. So future for us, what's next is going to be the Dax Tinley Park show. I don't think we're going to get to Minnesota or Kansas City, but Dax Tinley Park is right there, and that's going to be in April. So if you're in the area, make sure to attend that. Let's see. Sammy, I agree. I go for the education also. Yeah, education 1, and then networking 2. Those are the big things for me. Education 1, and then networking 2. Because we made a lot. For me, I made a lot of new connections with people on the award side of things where they weren't too comfortable in the apparel decoration side of things. But I mean, they were whiz on the awards thing. And so we just got to talk and they're like, man, we could really help each other out on this. I'm like, for sure. I'm like, I have no clue on this. And I get lost. I said, every vendor tells you that their stuff is right. Your stuff is the best. That's who you should go with. This is what you should use. And if anybody doesn't know, we've been going back and forth on adding a UV printer to the family. Now we do have, there is a DTF printer maybe here in the horizon that we're doing, and a UV roll and roll, but we're still looking at that flatbed. The dimension that you're able to use on the flatbed, we can still do the UV decals on it and make those, but having that dimensional product, it was something that was really nice. And then we believe that it was something that we're able to offer as a service as well. So, just getting in there and talking to the different vendors, because at an apparel decorated show. So when we go to, ISS or we go to DAX or NBM is kind of up in the air. Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. But there's not a whole lot of printing, right? So if I really want that, I need to go to like Printed United or something. But having the ability to see 1, 2, 3, 4 different vendors for flatbed UVs was really nice. And to get in there and ask those questions, see what was going on, what's the difference between this, finding things out like that. And that's what I love, the knowledge behind it. And so we'll see how those all play out. Putting in receipts this morning was painful. There was only one seminar that wouldn't have recommended. I met a lot of people. Not sure I will remember them all. That is 100%. We met a lot of people, and it was good. It was a lot of fun. The receipts are, that's this afternoon, but I started looking at stuff to add it through here. And it was like, okay, I still like paying $12 for a cappuccino. Just blows my mind, and $8 for a water was amazing. Those are my two biggest purchase. $8 for a bottle of water. I'm like, okay, whatever. It is what it is. Thanks, Vegas. So, what we had a good time. There was a lot to do. There was a lot to take in. It can be very overwhelming when you go to a trade show, especially if you don't have some kind of plan in place. So for me, I knew what I wanted to see. I wanted to see more of the flatbed UV stuff. So let me go through the list of things. Where are these ones? These are the vendors that I want to see. These are the ones that we need to talk to. And then we have our friends that we always stop by and see. Clay and David over there at Corel Trainer. Their booth was jamming it out, and then so was Joe, and help me out, Renee, who was with Joe over in Magic Touch. But their booth was banging it out too. So to stop by, see them, and really enjoy. Just enjoy seeing everybody again, and then making new friends along with it, making new connections. It was some good times. I think for us in our show in this part of the business where it's the content creation, I think we made some really good contacts. I think we have some things that could be happening in the next 6 months to a year that will really be beneficial to all of us, and that's what I'm really looking forward to it there. I want to be able to bring as many people into the fold that are good people, that are good business people, that are not just businesses wanting to sell you stuff. And that was the thing. I wanted to see, how would people sell? How would people talk? I'm not looking to get anything from any of these companies. I just want a company that has good service, a good reputation, and is able to take care of their people. And we found some of those. So it's going to be really nice. It was definitely, it was a show that, one of the things that threw me off, because I hadn't been to one before, was because it's an association, they can't talk pricing. So in every class beforehand, they made sure to reiterate that we are not talking pricing before this, because due to antitrust things. What was it? Or what was the wording that they had behind it on why you could not talk pricing? And then when we asked, it was because it was an association and it could be considered price fixing in that. So it was interesting to hear that and to hear it before everything. Here's the class. We will not talk. You cannot talk pricing. And it was pretty weird to hear it. It was definitely something that just blew my mind with it. The other thing too is, when we do apparel, like our mixed media, right? You'll have vinyl and embroidery, vinyl reflective, vinyl sublimation, DTF rhinestone. You'll have that mixed media on it. To see that on the other side, where someone's lasering and doing UV printing, it was mind opening to see the other things that are out there. As I said, there's a whole other part of our industry that we don't know. We just didn't know well enough. And is it a part that we want to get into? I could see it. One of the things I took away was that somebody, they were tired of being a trophy builder. Like, they just did not want to build trophies anymore, and they're doing millions of dollars a year. And they were just like, we're tired of it. We're just tired of it. So they just packed everything up and they just dropped it off at a competitor and said, here you go. Right. You can just have this stuff. We're just done with it. Because that was the only way to not do it, was to get rid of everything, because as long as it was there, they were going to keep doing it. Right. So I guess that goes for a lot of us. If there's something that you don't like doing, get rid of it 100%. Don't just keep part of it that, I can still do this job. I can still do that job. No, if you don't like something, get rid of it. So it was pretty cool to see that. There was so much just knowledge on the floor. The laser classes that I did not hear a bad thing about any of the laser classes. I guess there's one that I heard bad on it, but for the most part, the knowledge that came off of it, everybody was really excited with it. Had a lot of great things to say about it, and I think everybody took something back from at least one class. So it was there for me. one of my big takeaways is, just trying to change up kind of the way we do some marketing things. Maybe we send this instead of that. How do we get rid of some of our clients that are more of a pain in the butt and get some of the bigger ones that aren't a pain in the butt? How do we, build that relationship more? And that's where I was told, hey, you're in a great position. You have a platform. You already talk to people. You're building that trust with it. So if people want to buy from you, they know that they're going to find you most weeks, every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, right here at 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. And they know you have a group that you're in regularly. They know you're in other groups. They know you do this. So, you're putting yourself out there so they get that chance to know you beforehand. So when we were talking in one class and they're like, okay, who posts a live video once a month? So, we have our hands raised. All right, who posts a live video, once every 2 weeks? All right, who does it once a week in there? And it says, who posts videos or live videos 3 to 5 times a week? And I was the only hand that was up. And she's like, really? She goes, so you do it consistently? I'm like, well, you can go to our channel and see that we do it. She's like, oh, okay. So yes. I said, yep, we put it, that's what we do, is we put it all out there because of that part of our business. So to have people ask questions, hey, how do you do that? How do you set that up? What are you doing with it? And I said, a lot of it just comes down to you, finding your people and then giving them the information you feel is viable to them and also viable to you too. And I said, you too, right? I didn't say do. I said you too. So I said that we can all do that. You know who your customers are. You know what they want to hear. You know what they want to talk about. So go ahead and create something for that audience. How can you do that? And that's what we did. So it was a great experience for it. Like I said, Tuesday, we will get all into it. We'll talk about the classes that we were able to hit, the products that we saw that I really liked, things that I wasn't sure of. So I had to ask more information on it. Because remember, I'm not an awards guy. So when you see, I know, who Marco was, but when you go and you see an entire lane of their stuff, it was just mind opening to see that type of things. We did see some new products from different suppliers that I said, hey, well, I didn't even know that you guys carried this. And they're like, oh yeah, we carry this. So we're going to order some samples and get some things like that. And it was a great time. And they said, I agree. It was really interesting to talk to people who with different skill sets. It absolutely was. And then Sandy, sorry I couldn't go. We'll definitely be there next year. You should definitely go. Now, next year, so we went in, was it Tuesday? What day? I don't even know. Tuesday was class, Monday. So we went in on Monday. Tuesday was a full day of class because, in fact, the show's still going on right now. So Tuesday was a full day of class, and then show floor opens at 10 a.m. On Wednesday, and then it's open 10 to 4:30 on Wednesday, 10 to 4:30 on Thursday, and like 10 to 1 on Friday. So it's there for it, and there's still stuff going on. And I guess I didn't realize that. We're like, oh wow, for whatever reason I thought, I don't know, but there's still stuff going on. It was a good time. Don't forget to order that film. It's on my list. It's on my list right here, because being the APA member, I need to want to go in and see what the JDS code is and if that works with it. But did we get the other? You have to send me them. I guess you could put it here and nobody would know. Was the code for JDS where we can save, what was it, 20% off? Is there a code for it? Was it Vegas 23, right? I'm not saying that JDS has a code that's Vegas 23 that could save you 20% if you order by next Friday, but there might be a code for Vegas 23 at JDS if you order by next Friday, and it's 20% off using Vegas 23. I'm not saying that for sure, but I'm pretty sure that's what it was Vegas 23. So, to see that everybody has show specials, and that's the thing. Like when there's a show special, it's usually always a special. Even if you wait after that week, and you got to think on some of this stuff, you're looking at, an $80, $90, $100,000 printer. And, guess what? That show special will still be there next week. It'll still be the week after that. They are not going to try and do that. What they usually do is throw in some extra stuff. Hey, you can buy this, buy that. But if you're starting the conversation now, like we did with, a few vendors on if this makes sense for our business. And, some of them were real with us. Like, hey, if you're not going to do this, don't get it. It's just, and those vendors are the ones that I love. Was it 20? And then a percentage. Oh yeah. It was something. I knew it was something. I knew it was something. So it was you just start taking in all that information, find the ones that you really connect with. The ones that were really salesy, I didn't really have much with it, but they have to realize, when you're looking at these 10s, 20s, 30,000, 50,000, 60, 70, $80,000 machines, you're not going to buy it right in there. You're building that relationship and that trust from it there. PDS Equipment was a great one that did that, and they invited us down for their shindig in September. So I'm not sure if we'll make it or not, maybe, but it was a good time. Overall, the show was a success, and like I said, we'll talk about that on Tuesday with Todd. But like I said, I've got a lot to do today, right? I've got a lot with emails, orders, reprints, updating websites, shipping out orders. It's going to be a long day, and then this weekend we have the Super Bowl. So I'm team commercials this year. Chiefs. Okay. I pick a team. I'm picking Chiefs. Why? I don't like the Eagles. I just don't. I'm just not a fan of their fans. They threw batteries at Santa Claus. And that's not my people. Eagle fans, you're not my people. But you are. I love you as people, but I don't like you as fans. Like, you're crazy. Like, legit crazy. Snowballs, batteries. Eagle fans are nuts. So, as people, I like you. As fans, well, So if I have to pick a team, we're doing Kansas City. We'll go Kansas City on it. I'm going Kansas City by 7. So we'll go Kansas City by 7. It's going to be 28-21. That is my prediction for Sunday. Now, the other thing that I have to prep for today is one of the things that I left behind for Corey to do before we left. I said, hey, I need you to figure out the menu for Super Bowl weekend of what we're going to have, what we're going to do, so I don't have to stress about that when I come back. Because I tried to have fun with it and do it. And looking at it, I'm like, what are we doing? And she is, what do you mean? I'm like, she didn't come up with it. So now I came up with some end stuff here where I said, okay, wings are always a staple. Meatballs are always a staple. The mini smokies are always a staple with it. Do we want to do a taco bar? Do we want to do a baked potato bar? Do we want to do a chili bar? What do we want to do? So I can get that figured out. So I got to figure out a menu today to be able to put that in place for Sunday for the Super Bowl, because Super Bowl is like a holiday for me. And this is weird because traditionally when I had the corporate job, I always took Monday off. I always took Monday after Super Bowl off. It's National Call-in Sick Day, so you just might as well take it off. And the main reason is when we would have get-togethers and that, there's times we weren't getting home until 12, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning because there was the after party, there was the card games, there was just so much fun with it. Now last couple of years we've just done it at home. And had people over, and everything's out early. So yeah, it's still an early night. So I'll be in on Monday for that. Maybe I don't think I'll be hungover because I think I drank enough this week that I'm not going to this weekend. I'm lying to myself. I'll have a couple beers. I'll have some Colorado water. That'll be where it's at. But for the most part, I've got everything planned for it. We start cooking early Sunday, and then we just keep that going all day. So I'm excited about that. Rye, good morning to you, sir. Are you in Vegas right now? You should be in Vegas right now. Are you in Vegas right now? And Renee, yeah, this hotel rooms. I looked around and just in general down in Nashville, hotel rates are ridiculous. Just general, everything I looked at, I'm like, But staying there for the experience was, we'll see. It might be something. It might be something. It's an 8-hour drive for us. That's a little limit. So. But we just, actually, I guess my time to a lot here because Vegas plans got canceled. Master of everything, right? Ryan does a lot of stuff. Make sure to go give him a follow, check his page, go that. He goes live 3-4 times a week. He's got his daily vlog, his daily grind. He does a lot of stuff, so go give him a check out on it. FU Facebook user, good morning to you. Just in time to see us go. All right, we will be back Monday morning, 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. Next Tuesday with Todd, we're going to review the APA show, talk about what we learned, things that we saw, what we liked, what we disliked, everything that comes along with that. So we'll talk all those things. And then Monday, Wednesday, Friday, morning mindset. So we're getting right back into the groove of things and start pushing things. We will be turning on rush orders. They will be able to go back on. So if same day print service, you have to have your order in by 10 a.m. Central Standard Time to get same day. But all of those will get turned back on today. We'll be right back in our print schedule, 3 to 5 days. We're going to get everything caught up. And like I said, I'll be working a lot today and tomorrow to get things back into that 3 to 5 consistently. So you guys have an amazing day. Get out there, make your list, check off your stuff as it goes through. Do all of that. Like I said, it's not that difficult just to make a list. Like I said, emails, sort orders, reprint DTF, update website, ship orders. Like, not that difficult. Just make your list, check things off as you go. You guys have a great day. Peace, love, press on. We will see you on Monday.